G'day, how are yous? I'm just heading to a spot that's just a little bit out of town today. I fished the same water last week and was pretty successful, but I managed to run out of battery with the action camera, so I couldn't get any footage, but managed to get some nice browns, a little bit more downstream than here. So I'm just going to have a bit of a crack here and see what we can sort of get. So we'll probably start over at the hole. It's a small town, not far out of Warrnambool, and it's sort of like a local swimming hole, going back, decades, probably 100 years more. So we'll probably start around the hole, and then we'll move down this way and fish a couple of these runs, and a bit further right down there's a few holes and that we'll fish down there. So we'll give that a go. Oh look, we're on. First cast. First cast in this hole. Righto, buddy. Righto. Okay. Wow, look at that. First cast in the hole, and bam, we're on. Fabulous. Wow. This is going to be tricky because I forgot my pliers today. See if we can get this lure out of him without sticking myself. And it is a he. He's fairly hooked. Okay, He's a magnificent species. There. Yeah, it's alright, mate. Magnificent specimen, I should say. Nice little buck. Probably about 3 pound, maybe. 55 centimetre mark. Righto, big fella. We'll get you back out there. When you're ready, mate. And he's ready to go. And off he goes. He's just sitting there, actually. And off he goes, back into the same spot. Alright, fantastic first cast in that little spot there. Quite shallow, fishing some really shallow runs. This spot sort of drops into a bigger hole, and there's, I don't know whether that was him there or another one, but quite a good spot here. I've sort of fished here a few times and been pretty successful, and so yeah, there we go. So we've got a little outlet here. It's a little like a little creek flow into the other water here. Obviously that sort of presents a little bit of food and stuff for the trout in this area of the water. It's just coming out of winter. It's like the first week of spring. So there's quite a bit of water coming down still a few things, critters and creatures washing into the waterways from these little creeks. So, you know, I like to fish these little inlets out of lots of different spots. This is probably one of the better ones to have a crack at. I just sort of think if I was a trout, I'd be hanging in there, you know, or it'd be a place I'd go to look for food throughout the course of the day. So we'll give it a crack and see how we go anyway. I'm not sure if it came up on the video before, but there was a trout actually moving around in this spot before. Whether it was the one we caught and he was sort of just moving along, still worth stopping and having a go. Because it's one of the bigger holes along this stretch, there could be more than one fish in here. And there's a couple of little inlets. You've got the run and then you've got this little inlet here, so it's quite sort of applicable. There might be a couple of fish in here. Just a little point here, if you're ever stuck in the wild out in the middle of nowhere and you're struggling for food and need some nutrients or anything like that, this stuff here is actually edible. It is a type of watercress, so I've actually taken it and cooked it at home quite a lot. It's very beneficial, very healthy. Yeah, but watercress, quite a peppery taste. It's quite good. Good to know these things in case you ever sort of get stuck out in the wilderness. And it's full of watercress. Alright, so I'm back at the car. We've had a pretty successful little session. I probably only fished for about 40 minutes and managed to get onto a really nice sized buck, so pretty happy with that. Yeah, all in all, it was a pretty good session. Fished for a little bit longer after I caught that one and managed to lose another lure, so that's always really good fun. So back to the tackle shop for that one, and a few scratches and a few blackberries in the hand, and it's all in a day's work. Great times.